Of women entering the tech industry has dropped over the last 40 years, and those who do join the field often face discrimination. And those are the findings of a report from Logitech and Girls Who Code. But the report also notes areas of improvement and common success factors for women in the industry. And joining me now is Dr. Tarika Barrett, the CEO of Girls Who Code. Doctor, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
I want to get to the heart of why this drop is. I know that's a real disappointment here, but first let's set the tone. Women have historically been sort of shut out of the tech industry. That's engineering, computer science, and physical science. Start with where the percentages are right now.
Yeah, that's such a great question. We know, to your earlier point, that we're not where we need to be today, and that frankly, 40 years ago, women made up close to half of the computing industry, and today, that percentage is only hovering somewhere around 26%. And for Black and Latina women, the statistics are even worse. Combined, women make up only 5% of the computing workforce. And, we know that this is a case where we're not making enough slow and steady progress. It's really the need right now is to radically alter the number of women who enter the STEM field, and that's what we're focused on at Girls Who Code, with our mission to close the gender gap in new entry-level tech jobs by 2030.
I think this would catch a lot of people maybe by surprise. Was this a bombshell, or is this exactly, did this report tell you exactly what you suspected?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is that there are folks who are still very new to this issue. And so I hope we treat it like a bombshell because this issue is deeply urgent for us. But we know at Girls Who Code because we've been working on this issue for 10 years. We've taught 500,000 students to code, that we weren't surprised by some of the data that the Girls Who Code and Logitech study revealed. It was a survey of 400 men and women in tech and IT. But I think what's really important to underscore with this report is the key moments that we surfaced where women either broke through barriers or were blocked by them. And, I can quickly run through some of those. But for us, it's important to hear through a study that early cheerleaders and real life role models actually matter for our young people and our women. And early support from teachers and or parents are, it's still essential for our girls entering the tech industry. And, at Girls Who Code, we always say you can't be what you can't see. And so the visibility of these existing role models in the industry, that's critical. And, we found that, for example, for women, there were folks who really influenced them. 60% said a family member or a friend was deeply influential. Or, for the group, 50% said a teacher had influenced them. Or 35% said a famous person or character. And, among the other findings, we found that passion is still a key driver for entering the sector, and that's important. And then, once hired, women enter this field to make a meaningful contribution to society. And that's a priority that they, put in place the minute that they get this job. Nearly all the women surveyed, 92%, said that the opportunity to make a meaningful difference in society is such a huge driver in their career development.
So that sounds like the solutions that are really focused on trying to overcome this, but I think that also involves understanding the barrier. Talk to me about that, because I know the report cites things like preconceptions, bias, and even microaggressions. Can you talk a little bit about that and how we can overcome that?
Absolutely. We've always known that women are leaving the workforce in larger numbers than they should. Even prior to the study, we know that 50% of women leave the tech industry by the time they're 35. And this Logitech and Girls Who Code study underscored that. There continues to be a huge gender imbalance that exists in the industry. To your point, microaggressions are still common, which is something we can't possibly still have, taking place because it creates a non-welcoming environment where women really struggle. And we see that revolving door. 90% of the women reported in this study that they experienced some of these microaggressions. But in spite of that, women also remain overwhelmingly positive about their career choice. We've seen that making sure that workplaces are hospitable, that women have access to role models in tech, that we can make these places more inclusive. We saw that we could actually increase the number of women in the workforce by 3 million if we could make these workplaces more more welcoming and inclusive.
Well, Doctor, in the few seconds we have left, tell me about this outreach project that you want to share with us.
Absolutely. So today we are beyond excited. In honor of Computer Science Education Week, Girls Who Code is launching Girls Who Code Girls, which is an exciting desktop and mobile gaming experience that empowers girls to use coding to create their own video game characters. I promise you, if you try it, you're going to fall in love and create like a million characters. Even though nearly half of all gamers are women, gaming has so far been, frankly, catering to the white male gaze, which has alienated some of its most passionate and diverse fans. And, honestly, female characters, as you know, are typically hypersexualized. They're homogenous, they're unrealistic. And in terms of their body types and clothing, they're not just unrelatable, but they often border on the absurd. I've mentioned this before, but think about it. Who wants to save the world from a zombie apocalypse while wearing a crop top? So this, new gaming experience, Girls Who Code Girls, aims to change that. And users can use code to customize their character's body type, skin tone, facial features, hairstyles, your outfit, your personality and identity traits. And not only can you do that, you can share the creations on social media and in an online gallery. So we know that learning to code puts girls in control, and we are so excited to launch this, empowering our users to code their own characters and envision a gaming experience that's more reflective of their community's diversity and where they can use their computer science skills to serve their passions.
Sounds like a great step. Dr. Tarika Barrett, the CEO of Girls Who Code, thanks for spending time with us, and thanks for putting a light on this very important topic.
Thank you.